Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. It's Friday the 14th of July, and the big news today, the Europa League draw was made. The third qualifying round will be played on the 27th of July and the 3rd of August, and Everton have drawn two teams, it seems. The second leg hasn't been played out between Rosenberg of Slovakia and SK Bran. Bran are leading 1-0 from the first leg. The game is played tomorrow, the second leg, and fully expect Bran, I think it's tomorrow anyway, fully expect Bran to get through there, having the fact that they won the away tie. We played Bran before in the Europa League, UEFA Cup, under David Moyes. Beat them 6-1 at Goodison Park last time we played them, 8-1 overall on aggregate. A Yakubu hat-trick in that 6-1 drubbing at Goodison Park. It was quite memorable, as was an Andy Johnson screamer from about 25 yards. So it's going to be a tricky game because obviously SK Bran are halfway through their season. I believe the second in their league. I think they played 16 league games, so they're going to be up to the pace and fit and strong and well organised, and we are still, you know, working our way through pre-season. Obviously, only at this moment in time, only played the one game. We've got a game against the FC Twente next week in Holland on the Wednesday, and then we play Ghent on the Saturday, Genk on the Saturday. And then, obviously, we gear up towards the first leg at Goodison Park on the 27th. So, you know, it's all systems go, really. Just had a little look in the SK Bran squad. Didn't really see any players that I recognised there, or certainly anyone of note. You know, and I suppose the danger of this tie is, like I've just said, because they are halfway through their season, that they are going to be up to speed. So, you know, Jan Klutenberg and his boys have got a lot of work to do to get our conditioning right for that game. It should be one where Everton's quality shows through. Maybe on this occasion, the home leg being first might be a big advantage, not a big advantage, but might work in our favour. Just get to Goodison, get a good crowd there, and get a good scoreline, you know, 2 or 3-0 or something to take over to Norway. Then another week's training and go there and consolidate, and then make it through to what is termed as the playoff round for the group stages. It's important, you know, it's important that Everton are successful and get into that group stage, having done the hard work last season, and we should have more than enough quality to get past Bran. It'll be interesting. I'm really looking forward to the Europa League this season. I feel as though the squad we're amassing now and assembling will be built for that because of the young lads, really. They really make it up. But when you look at Everton's squad today, and this is without any more new additions, there's good strength in depth. Maybe in the final third we need a little bit more strength in depth. You know, we're still probably shy of another at least one centre forward, which would make that, you know, the competition for places there would be stronger. It's what he wants to do. It's what he will do. But you know, it looks as though, to me anyway, that this season we have got the squad to be able to have a better go at it, so to speak. But look, really looking forward to that. You know, like I say, it's more than likely going to be Bran, isn't it? They're winning from the first leg. Moving on, not really much developments in the transfer stuff. Gylfi Sigurdsson, that rumbles on. Swansea trying to say, pay us 50 million quid, or we'll say you've tapped up our player. Which is a bit mad, given that they seem to be driving the bus about him going over the last few days. So that's a bit weird to me. They've realised that Gylfi doesn't want to stay there. He wants to join Everton, and they're basically posturing to get the best price for him. 50 million, in my opinion, is way, way too much, as is 40. But if you look at his stats and his goals, and the fact that Ronald Koeman and Steve Walsh quite clearly want him, then 50 million, if that's the case, pay it. You know, they're going to recoup money for the likes of James McCarthy and people like that if they're to sell them on. But, you know, I think somewhere along the lines of 43 million or something will probably do it. But if we're getting them, let's get them in quickly and get them bedded in. Because, like I say, you know, we want to make sure that the majority of our players are in and ready for that Stoke game, but also for the Europa League. You get them in now, he can be part of that game, can't he? So that's gonna be interesting watching that over the next couple of days. It really does need to develop. Moving on to the striker position, again, lots of talk today about Olivier Giroud. West Ham have dropped out the race. Were they ever even in the race? Maybe they just wanted to be part of the conversation, but they've dropped out now because they know that Giroud has no interest in going there. The fact that we're still in there makes me feel as though he does want to come here. Obviously, Borussia Dortmund are getting bounced around as well at the minute if Aubameyang leaves. So if Giroud wants to go there and Aubameyang wants to go, we'll just go and get Aubameyang instead. Now, I think Ronald Koeman's made it plainly obvious what type of centre-forward he wants, hasn't he? He wants a big target man and then surround them by Rooney and surround them with Ramirez and Lookman and maybe Aaron Lennon or Davy Klaassen or whatever. But when I look at that centre-forward position, I still feel as though, unless he really is just going to use Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well all season, I feel as though we could have probably done with two, a real pacey outlet. But listen, I'm trusting him because he's doing everything we want of him, isn't he? Benteke is still bouncing around as well. Maybe if they can't get Giroud, it will be Benteke. Again, I'd have him. Again, he's a good target man. He scores goals. Feel as though Dembele could be one that we targeted. Again, he's a bit of a gamble. He's more of a gamble, of course, than Benteke or Giroud. And he's a different type of player, but he's one where you look at it and its potential, and it's someone who could, I suppose, emulate Romelu Lukaku a little bit. Although Ronald Koeman probably wants us to play a different way than the way we have been. Well, he does want us to play probably a different way than we have been playing, doesn't he? So, really interesting to see what happens in that centre-forward position. We're all expecting Cuca Martina to be unveiled over the next day or so. Be the next one in through the door. One player who news about has broken is Ramiro Funes Mori, who looks as though he's got his knee injury, complications with his knee, and looks as though he's going to be out for a while. And that, according to Paul Joyce, could see Ronald Koeman moving for another centre-back or another player for cover. The fact that we looked at Riedwald, is it, the Ajax kid, would suggest he's looking for that anyway. Obviously, wouldn't mind him going down to Southampton and just buying Van Dijk, just for the hell of it. Just going 75 million, yeah, Southampton. Come to us, just to piss a few people off. But no, I'm quite sure he's looking at that area anyway, because I think he wants another one in with Michael Keane, who I thought was excellent yesterday. So again, that's another area that, maybe it'll see us going after now, because obviously the Funes Mori injury probably rules him out for a couple of months. So does he want to be left with Jagielka, Williams and Keane, or does he want another younger centre-back in? Who knows? Watch this space. Last night there was an event. Bill Kenwright apparently said 3 or 4 more coming in. Who knows? And Dan Mice was there, and people reckon he hinted at around 60,000 for the new stadium. Again, who knows, but we want to see that soon as well. Anyway, listen, we do these every day on Patreon. So if you fancy it, come and subscribe. Get over there. It's normally, well, sometimes it's more exciting than today because there's real news. But we do other shows as well. So why not give it a little bit of a go? £3 a month. Give it a shot. If you don't want to give it a shot, then don't. Just enjoy this. I've been Baz. You've been watching Toffee TV. See you soon.